said we don't know how it's fine. I said you wanted me, really making me feel. You really turned me on. You know, love me, my baby. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of the CheeseCast. Welcome back to episode 9. It's crazy. Episode 9. That's a pretty far long way, you know. Last episode was literally in, well, I recorded it in August because last episode was the guest episode with my friend Anthony Morales. That was pretty fun. We recorded that in summer and now it's winter. We skipped over an entire season. So yeah, it's been a while, and it's especially been a while since I've been on the set because, you know, last episode I was in my car because, like, I don't know, I couldn't get Anthony to drive all the way to my house and sit on my couch in my basement for 30 minutes, so just went over there. Yeah, it's good to be back, and I do apologize. I was planning out this episode to be in November because I didn't post anything on my channel in November. But, you know, things kind of got out of hand. School got out of hand. I got really busy. You know, it's exam week this week, so I've been working extra hard, and I think I still have some essays to get done for exams, so I have to quickly do this episode, so I still have time to do my work. It's gonna be, and I do apologize if you can't tell. I'm a little stuffy in the nose, stuffy in the throat, so my voice might sound just a little bit different. Oh, okay. So yeah, let's just begin this episode. Episode 9. Of course, we have to start out this episode by answering the riddle from the last episode. The riddle from the last episode was, what tastes better than it smells? It was pretty tough one. I guessed gasoline, but I thought I kind of got it mixed up. I thought it was what smells better than it tastes, so I guess gasoline. So I don't know what the answer to this is, so I hope you guys thought of a good answer. The answer is, what tastes better than it smells? The answer is your tongue. I can't taste my tongue. Wait a minute, what tastes better than it smells? Well, I guess that makes sense. It's like your tongue kind of smells bad. I mean, depending on how much dental hygiene you have, but you can't really taste your tongue, you know? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what does your tongue taste like? It's kind of like it's the same thing as that's like the same thing as like if you eat your stomach. That one Amazing World of Gumball episode where they ate themselves, where you eat your stomach and then you just like, what happens when you eat your stomach? What, like, hypothetically, if you took your stomach, if you did a surgery where you cut open your torso, you took out your stomach and you swallowed it, hypothetically, would it just like keep going in a loop? Could you just keep swallowing your stomach until it's like a big ball of like just swallowed? Ugh, I don't want to think about that. All right, let's actually get this show on the road. So that was the riddle. Yeah, as I said, last episode was the guest episode. So yeah, that was pretty fun. First thing I want to talk about is, and again, I did write this script, and I was planning for this to be a Thanksgiving or a November episode, so I have some like Thanksgiving break stuff in here. So just bear with me. I don't think it's too outdated. Some of the stuff I talk about in this episode, it's not that irrelevant yet. You could argue that a bunch of this stuff is still relevant. So yeah. Whew, my nose is killing me. All right, first thing I want to talk about is Thanksgiving break. So I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving break. Technically, it's still relevant because, you know, winter break is only like it just started. So technically, you could argue that Thanksgiving break is still relevant right now. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving break. I hope you got to see your family. If not, I hope you get to do something else that was pretty cool. Uh yeah. Do you guys like eat a crap ton of food on Thanksgiving? Me personally, like I'm not really a big eater. I'm more of like a big snacker, you know? I'm not really the type of dude to eat like 5 pounds of steak in one sitting and then go on like a then play football with my family like at Thanksgiving. Like that's not just never appealed to me. Like, do you see my physique? I'm not a very big eater, as you could probably tell. Do you see these wrists, man? Never mind. Uh, but yeah. What did we have for? What did my family have for Thanksgiving? We just had like basic stuff, you know. I don't know. We had turkey. We had potatoes. Here's a question for you guys. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food? And it could be turkey if you want, you know. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food? Me personally, I think I don't know. Wait a minute. So, I know this is I don't really know if this is like a Thanksgiving food, but like lamb. I kind of like lamb. Just lamb meat, you know, or sheep meat, whatever you call it. It tastes pretty good. Um I forget what it tastes like right now. I'm trying to think of it because I've only had lamb on like special occasions. Like for Easter, we eat lamb, which is kind of ironic because like I don't know, one of the mascots of Easter is a lamb. So I don't know, but lamb tastes pretty good. Lamb meat, lamb steak, whatever you want to call it, tastes pretty good. And I know it's not really Thanksgiving, but still. So yeah, that was my Thanksgiving break was pretty chill. Um, we didn't go anywhere. My family didn't go anywhere. We just like stayed here. So it was a little too chill. But I did put down what I did on my Thanksgiving break, and that's what I'm going to talk about. But before we do that, we have to talk about the main headline of today's podcast, and that is, should senior year of high school exist? Because I'm a senior right now, and I've been having some trouble with my high school, as I always do. I always have trouble with school, but you know, but this year is just it's really getting out of hand. You know, it's really getting kind of unnecessary at this point. So I'm gonna give you 3 reasons on why I think senior year shouldn't exist. I would argue that it wouldn't. All right. Reason number one: you already have everything you need to apply to college by the end of junior year. I mean, think about it. You had the option to take the SAT, you took a bunch of APs and DEs, or you had the option to, and you finished 3 whole years of high school. And keep in mind, colleges only look at like your first 3 years. They don't really look at senior year that much. They tend to focus a lot on junior year. So like, what's the point in working so hard at senior year? You know what I'm saying? And reason number two. Well, yeah, reason number two is what I just said. Colleges don't even focus on your senior year of high school. From what I've heard and what everybody else says, colleges just focus on junior year the most because it's the most recent year on your transcript. I don't really know why they choose junior year. Like, I don't really know why like society just has this thing where like, oh, everybody has to work hard junior year. If you want to get into college, then you have to work hard junior year. And my last reason on why I think senior year shouldn't exist is, and this only applies to me, so this only applies to my personal case, so it's not really a good reason, but I'm already accepted into 8 colleges. Not to brag or anything. I'm just saying for the sake of the argument. I've already been accepted into 8 colleges. I'm very thankful that I am. I'm very grateful. And here's the thing. I'm not the best student, okay? I'm not an absolutely terrible student, but I'm definitely not an A plus student. You know, I'm like a smidge below average. On the books, I think my GPA is literally just like a smidge below average. So, you know, I'm an average student. I did 2 sports throughout high school, just only for 2 years. I did rowing and swimming. I didn't really want to do them, but my parents made me do it. So, and that's basically it. I haven't taken any AP classes. I am going to take a dual enrollment class next semester. I'm not really sure why. I think because dual enrollment, I think you get college credit, but I think APs you also get college credit. I don't get why so many people take APs instead of DEs, because DEs are like you're guaranteed college credit. You know what I'm saying? But for APs, you have to take a test at the end, and if you pass the test, then you get credit. But if you don't, like, you don't get credit. So like, I don't get why people just do DEs. I don't get what all the rage is with APs, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I never took APs because I knew that they wouldn't be worth it. Because at the end of the day, like, I don't know what college I want to go to, or I didn't know what I wanted to go to. Yeah, that's just my reason on why I think senior year shouldn't exist. It's just been like a big like obstacle in my life at this point. I feel like I'm just like floating around at high school. I'm not really like accomplishing anything anymore. I'm literally just getting through it, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's my senior year argument. Hopefully it gets better next semester. I think it will. Hopefully it gets like a bit more fun. I need to blow my nose because my voice is sounding weird. Give me a minute. I'll be back. Alrighty, so now we can move on to the fun fact of today's episode. The fun fact. This one comes from worldstrides.com. I think this is a new one. I haven't used this source yet, but the fun fact is the average number of calories consumed on Thanksgiving is 4,500. 4,500. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, what the heck? Like, how? I just never got the concept of like eating a crap ton of food on Thanksgiving. Like, I mean, for like the average Joe, I guess it's a good excuse to like just eat a crap ton of food without being judged. I don't know, man. Like, it's just why would you eat that much food? Like, I don't know. Ugh. It's disgusting, man. Look, I'll eat like one plate on Thanksgiving, okay? No more, no less. And if there's dessert, I'll have dessert, but like I'll just eat the bare minimum. Like, I am not a big eater. Oh yeah. So this is something that I did over Thanksgiving break. So, basically, for the first time in my life, I indulged in the popular game called Fortnite. I know, I know. Don't flatter me. Yeah, so I played Fortnite for the first time, and it was because so basically, Fortnite recently last month they had their new Simpsons event, the new Simpsons season, and you could probably tell why I wanted to play it. So, I got Fortnite. Honestly, I just got Fortnite because like a bunch of my friends have like always wanted me to like get it. Just throughout the entirety of Fortnite's existence, they've always said like, "Oh, you should get Fortnite. We could play it together. It'd be so fun." I figured like, what if I got Fortnite right now, and then I got the battle pass, and then I got the Homer Simpson skin, and then whenever my friends want to play, I can play as Homer Simpson. So that was my thought process, and I did just that. I got Fortnite, I got the battle pass. It's only like $10 or something, and then I got the Homer Simpson skin, along with some other Simpsons goodies in that game. So now whenever my friends want to play Fortnite with me, I can play as Homer Simpson, man. My buddy Homer Simpson. All right. So naturally, I wanna give my impressions of Fortnite, just because like it's been around for like what Fortnite came out in 2017, so 8 years. Zooey mama. That's like it's like forever, dude. Yeah, so I can finally say that Fortnite, it's a fun game. Excuse me. Excuse me. Man, my nose is killing me. Yeah, so I could confidently say that Fortnite is a fun game. It's nothing too crazy. I'm not crazy about it, but it is pretty fun, you know? Even like when I'm bored, I find myself sometimes I'm just booting up Fortnite, looking at the item shop, playing a few matches. But yeah, I don't really see myself getting that serious with the game. I'm only gonna play it again. I already mentioned this, but I'm only gonna play it with my friends mainly, with my cousins and stuff. So that'll be fun. Yeah, and also like I just kind of stink at trying new things, you know. So I think Fortnite has really helped me with my life in that aspect. So yeah, it's trying a new thing, dude. It's amazing. Finally got Fortnite. Finally played Fortnite after 8 years of it existing. Yeah, I remember back in like 5th grade, dude. All like the people at the playground, like, "Hey, do you want to play Fortnite tonight?" And, like asking their friends, like, "Yo, can we play Fortnite tonight? Yay!" And then like everybody's doing like the Fortnite dances, the Orange Justice. Anybody remember that one? That was pretty awesome. I don't know. It's so crazy that like 8 years later, Fortnite is like somewhat relevant. Isn't that crazy? It's probably because they got like the flippin' Simpsons in it. Cause it got me to play it, so I'd say they're still going pretty good over there at Epic Games Studios. So yeah, those are my Fortnite impressions. As a game, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. The thing is, Fortnite it's becoming more of a platform. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. Like this is actually insane. It's probably because of my nose. I swear it's my nose. Like I'm having to talk in a different way because of my nose. Ah, whew. Yeah, Fortnite it's becoming more of a platform than it is just a game. Because I noticed like when I booted up Fortnite, it was like it had like multiple like game modes. It's kind of like Roblox, you know. You can find other people's game modes like online. You can find official game modes published by Epic Games, so it's like it's kind of crazy, man, you know? Like Fortnite is I will give it to Epic Games. They do know how to make a successful relevant game. So, that's pretty cool. Fortnite, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Mm, yeah. 8 out of 10. It's pretty solid. Let me check my hair. Yeah, my hair looks pretty good. My hair looks pretty good. I'm trying to transition to more of a shorter style. That was pretty random, but all right. So that was Fortnite. That was my Fortnite talk. Now we're gonna move on to the joke of today's episode. The joke. This one comes from CountryLiving.com. Why did the turkey bring a microphone? He was ready to roast. Wombo combo. Yeah, that was a pretty epic joke, dude. So now we've reached the last section of the podcast where I just, I'm already on a roll at this point of the episode, so I'll just like talk about whatever. I already talked about school. School, it is what it is. I'm sure I've talked about school many other times on this podcast. It is what it is. It stinks. It saps away all of my free time. It is what it is. You just got to deal with it. At this point, I'm not even trying to put that much effort into it because I need to save energy for like trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. So that'll be pretty cool. That's my goal. And I also have to save my energy for college. So yeah, I'll have to save my energy for that. Uh, what else? I already talked about Thanksgiving break, potential jobs. I've been thinking about getting a job at Chick-fil-A, a back of house member, because I think back of house they just make like food and stuff. They don't do that much socializing, so that sounds awesome for me. Literally, like, give me SpongeBob's job. Like, I will do that all day. I will make the food. I just like making food. It's so fun. It's like building a Lego set. Putting all the ingredients and making sure all of it's like mixed together. It's fun. I always like it when I get to make some food. So yeah, I've been thinking about Chick-fil-A. I don't. I honestly don't think I'll actually do it because I do want to focus on the channel because I have to hit 1,000 subscribers. I don't want to. I'm always gonna regret if I don't hit 1,000. And also, I just want to hit 1,000. It'd be awesome because I'm so close. So yeah. Uh. Oh yeah. One more thing I want to talk about: Stranger Things 5. Oh my goodness, man. So I first watched Stranger Things when season 4 came out 3 years ago. At this point, it's awesome. I'm always a sci-fi kind of guy, and like Stranger Things, like first of all, like the story and the plot is very interesting, and the characters are interesting. Those are like the two main things that it's most popular for. The characters in Stranger Things are written really good. The chemistry, the jokes, they're all just written really good. So I feel like that's a big reason on why it's such a popular show, and also it's just nostalgic. I don't know. Well, Stranger Things season 5 came out, and boy oh boy, was it amazing. Because we had to wait 3 years in between season 4 and 5. It really paid off. And this is season 5 volume 1, came out Thanksgiving break, first 4 episodes. Um yeah, episode 4. If any of the listeners of the podcast watched Stranger Things 5, you know what happens in episode 4, man. It's crazy, dude. Dude, I had a smile on my face when that happened. I had a big fat smile on my face. It's crazy, dude. Also, like, I just want to be clear. I always have trouble talking about like Stranger Things cuz like, I'm a Christian. So, there is a lot of like using the Lord's name in vain in that show, which, I definitely 100% do not agree with. But at the same time, like, it is a really good show and I do like the plot and the characters and everything about it except that. So I just want to say I do not condone any non-Christian actions being done on the show. I just like it for the characters and the plot. That's all I like about it. Other than that, it's just a really fun show. If you put all that bad stuff aside, it's a really fun show. And I'm excited to see where season 5 goes next when volume 2 of season 5 comes out on Christmas Day. That's going to be awesome. I'm really excited. And also, like, if you guys don't know anything about Stranger Things, basically season 5 is like the end of the show. So, it's kind of sad, you know. But, it's also exciting to see the end. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, I had a pretty decent break, you know. Just stayed home, chilled, played Fortnite, watched Stranger Things. It was pretty fun. Uh yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's all I want to talk about on the episode. Yeah. Just to recap one more time, we talked about how I think senior year should not exist. We talked about Stranger Things 5. Talked about Fortnite Battle Pass. I just crept on the grass, booted on my PC, cause I need to get that Fortnite Battle Pass. I like Fortnite, did I mention Fortnite? I like Fortnite. It's nighttime. I mean, it's 5 o'clock. It's basically nighttime. Now remember Cartoon Network Adventure Time. Does anybody remember that meme? If you do, I'll personally send you a thank you letter. That's it. That is it for episode 9. today's podcast. I hope you all are having a great day. By the time I put this out, it's actually my birthday today. I'm recording this on my birthday, so yeah, that's pretty fun. I'm 18 years old. Like, what the heck? I'm 18. I'm a grown man. Isn't that crazy? I started making stuff on the internet when I was like 13, like my first videos and stuff. I'm 18. I know that's only 5 years, but like still, like I'm an adult. I'm a grown man. I've been doing this like ever since I was an early, a fresh, a spring. What's the word? A spring goose or something? Spring something. I don't know. Spring lamb, spring sheep. I don't know. I've been doing this since I was a fresh little teen, and now I'm a grown man. Isn't that poetic? Isn't that crazy? Anyway, so by the time I get this out, it'll be like probably like 5 days till Christmas. I don't know. Hopefully I can get it out today. Yeah. So that was the episode. Hope you all are having a great day. Hope you all have a good Christmas break at this point. Hope you all can see your family. Hope you all get some good presents. And I hope you all just spread the joy of Christmas, you know? Spread the joy of Jesus' birth. And I am a Christian, so, I do believe that Christmas is all about Jesus, but if you're listening to this, and I know I'm going like really unnecessarily like deep with this, but like because it's literally just a CheeseCast, I don't have to go this deep with religious beliefs, but like, if you don't celebrate Christmas, if you celebrate something else, that's fine too. I celebrate the birth of Jesus and you celebrate something else, that's fine. We want to be all inclusive on the CheeseCast. I want to coexist. We're going to end off with our riddle. So the riddle, this one comes from Reddit actually. I wanted to shake it up a little. So this one comes from r/riddles on Reddit. Here it is. What travels around the world but remains in the corner? What travels around the world but remains in the corner? I feel like this is referring to like geography. There's probably like some country or some state that's in like the corner. I don't know. I'm not that big of a geography nerd, geek or whatever. So I'm sure someone will find that one out. And yeah, that was it. What travels around the world but remains in the corner? Find out next episode of the CheeseCast, episode 10. Next episode is going to be a Christmas themed episode. So yeah, that'll be pretty fun. I mean, it's not going to be that Christmas themed, but I'll talk about Christmas stuff and I'll dress up as like a Christmas person. A Christmas person, yeah. Something like that. Yeah. See you all in the next episode. Episode 10. Last episode of 2025 of the CheeseCast. Hope you have a great day. I love you guys. Toodles. I just realized the buckle on my hat is green. That's almost like the same exact shade of green. That's on the green screen. I am going to have trouble with that.